All right, class. So last time we met, I was showing you how to come up with this template that you were going to use to draw and color your design. So this is basically what you need to have, and you can go from here and trace it on the bowl like this, right? Or you can make a copy. Like you can see here, I used the tracing paper. I gave you two pieces, so you should have this. Or you could just trace it on a different piece of paper like this and use that as your template. I myself don't want to mess with my original, so I decided I was going to make a template of 1/4 and then use that to trace my image. And I like using the tracing paper. So how do you take this design and put it on a different paper? Well, with the tracing paper, all you need to do is to put it on top and then just trace it, right, with a pencil. And then you're going to end up with something like this. And if you're going to do it on a regular piece of paper like this, obviously you cannot see the design through the paper. So what you do, you shade the back of your design, then you put the paper under, and then you go over with a pen or pencil, and that's how you're gonna end up transferring the design onto the piece of paper, okay? So your choice. You can see I have my tracing paper, and I already did one, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. You guys remember we used a string to figure out the circumference. You can see here, I made a knot on one end. I left a little bit so I could hold it. And then I lined it up like that. And then I took my finger, I hold it, and then I made a marking. And you can see I used the Sharpie to make that marking. So that means that this is how long the circumference is. Then if I fold it in half, then I'm gonna figure out half of it, right? Like this, see that? That's half. And then if I fold it one more time, then I'm gonna figure out the a quarter. So I made a marking there. And so this is basically a quarter of my circumference of the bowl, right? So now I'm going to make a marking like this. I'm going to put the knot that I made right there. And I'm gonna go around, and then I'm gonna mark on the other side like this. And then I'm gonna, keep going. Put it on the mark, go around, and then put the marking there, and then again. So when you finish, you're gonna end up basically with the quarters, with one here, one here, one here, one here. Okay. You're going to take your tracing paper or your design, and you're gonna be putting it right where the lines are. See that right there? There's the marking. There's the other marking. Okay. So you can see I already did it once, right there. I lined this up like this, and then like that, and then I went ahead and puncture the paper on the line, and then I just did the pencil and went over the markings. So before I show you how you're gonna transfer the design to the surface of the bowl, I need to show you some tricks on how to create a needle tool. Now, if you bought the kit, you got one of these needles, and that's cool. But if you didn't, then you need something to puncture the paper. And the easiest thing, if you have a push pin, then that's probably all you need. Okay. If you have a needle, then you can just, if it's not that sharp, then you can just take a piece of sandpaper and and sand it. You know, make it nice and sharp. Okay, that's one thing that you could do. If you don't have sandpaper, you can go outside wherever there is concrete, and actually the concrete works as a sandpaper, so you could do that as well. Um, so those are the two possibilities there. You can use the paper clip. If you guys, this right here, guys, I made it with a paper clip and the X-Acto knife. Paper clip, and all I did, here's the paper clip. I folded it. I use my cutting tool here, and this little piece right here, I insert it inside the hole where the blade goes on the X-Acto knife, and then you end up with something like this. Yeah, and this one too, the way you're gonna sharpen it is by sanding it. This is how you would hold it, and keep checking, feel that, and that's what you could do. Another cool thing too, you could take a pen, take out the tip, and then you can insert a push pin, and then put some hot glue in there, hot glue it, and then you end up with this really cool uh, puncturing tool. There's no excuse for you not having something to puncture this thing. All right, let's go back to the bowl. And all you need to do is take your design, tracing paper, align it with, here's the marking of the quarter, here's the other marking of the other quarter. You're gonna line it up as best as you can. And by the way, if it's a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, what you need to do is center it, okay? Now, if you're concerned about holding the bowl the way I'm doing it, then I think you can put it down like that. And I think that you can work comfortably like this as well. So you're gonna take your tool and you can like puncture on the side. You might not have a good view of what I'm doing, but this is probably how you could do this if you don't wanna be holding the bowl, okay? If you're concerned about it moving, I don't know, maybe you could use a little piece of tape. I think we can do that. I don't think it'll it won't damage the bowl. So you just gotta be careful. You just want something to help you, right? So I'm just gonna put a little piece here. Let's see if it works, guys. And this is only one way of doing this. If you find an easier way to do this, then go for it. I have no issues with that. Um, you just want to be as accurate as possible. Okay, I think it'll work. It helped a little bit, right? So now I need to trace this, and so let me start with the needle. If you bought one, try to you're gonna see that I'm gonna be rushing it a little bit, but I want you to take your time. Don't rush it because then the craftsmanship it's gonna decrease, right? So you can see I already puncture the circle, and then I'm gonna puncture the triangle. I'm probably gonna put a one more in the middle like that, and I'm gonna puncture these two right here. Don't make your design too complicated. You don't have to. Okay. I'm not gonna puncture the anything on straight lines. Or maybe I'll put one in the middle. But so let me use the push pin. The push pin works nicely. Let's use our homemade tool with the paper clip. It's fine. This actually, it's not bad. I think it's because I sharpened it. So if you could do it closer if you want. Whatever you do, it's gonna make an indentation. Let me take it off. There you go. So I have a bunch of dots, right? And so now I can use my pencil. You can keep your pencil sharpened. So again, I'm gonna be rushing this, but I hope you don't do that. On the previous one, I noticed that my circle was gonna go under the bowl, and so I definitely don't want to do that. And so I came up with a new idea, and you'll see it at the end. Here, I want this to be nice and straight. So if the tracing part is not straight, then don't follow it. Okay, right now you are in control. You're adjusting as you're tracing your image. You're adjusting. Here again, it's not straight as I want it. So I'm gonna ignore the little markings of the needle. And so again, you're in control, right? So there you go. And here again, I want it nice and straight. And you can see it's gonna match the one that I already made here. So this is gonna look really nice once I finish and I go all around. And remember, oh wow, that wasn't even the triangle. Wow, look, it's even bigger. Those pencil markings can definitely be erased, and you can just go like that with something wet, or if you just wanna kind of sand it off. Then now, the reason why you wanna center, you always wanna center your design, because this might be too big or too short, or short. And you can see here, it was a little bit short. It's not gonna match. So all I need to do is just complete the line right there, like that. By the way, it's really hard doing this the way I'm doing it, because I have to do it so that it shows on the camera. But anyway, now here, remember, I didn't like how the circle was gonna go under. So I'm actually going to stop it here, and I'm going to draw a line right here. It's I just went ahead and did it with my. This is actually, see my index finger. I'm actually using my index finger to keep this line nice and straight, and I'm just gonna go all the way around it. So you can modify, you can add. Look, see that what I'm doing? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that line there, because this is where I want my design to stop right there. Okay, and then so right here, I'm going to uh, do something where I go here like this, and I'm gonna like go here. Since I already have these two right here, I'm gonna go ahead and carve that so that you can see my idea. There you go. See that? So that's gonna, this is how it's gonna look like all around. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop here, and then I'll finish this off camera, and then I'll post the video. So your question is, does it have to be the same, right? Does it have to
Mm-hmm.
be the same? The answer is no. If you want to make something different on each quarter, you can have anything. The only thing is that if it's not the same, you're gonna have to draw them, and so you're gonna have four of these templates instead of one. But you can do anything you want, uh, you know, on the surface of gold. So